She is supposed, by virtue of being the very first woman to be in charge of that demanding position, in terms of also ensuring that in Zimbabwe there is a justice system that serves the people of Zimbabwe. None other than anybody else, she is supposed to understand, and not only to understand, but also protect Constitution of Zimbabwe, and not be seen to be tampering with the legal, if there is any justice system that exists in Zimbabwe. She has directed the Constitutional Court, which is the apex court in Zimbabwe, to quash the application that has been brought by the war veterans to the Constitutional Court. And knowing what Zimbabwe is, and also understanding the political dynamics of Zimbabwe, that instruction to the Constitutional Court by the Attorney General in Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe, the Attorney General is not just it's not in fact a public office, but rather it is a political office. That is why part of the things that Emerson Mnangagwa intends to do is to ensure that particular office is occupied by his loyalists, through the change that has been effected to the Constitution of Zimbabwe, in the auspices of the Constitutional Amendment Act number 3 of 2026. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So Virginia Mabiza, the Attorney General of Zimbabwe, who is a trained lawyer, says the Constitutional Court of Zimbabwe should throw out a case brought by the country's war veterans challenging the extension of President Emerson Mnangagwa's term of office without hearing its merit. President Mnangagwa drove through a raft of amendments in the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3, which is now an act of parliament. The new law illegally extends President Mnangagwa's term of office to 2030 instead of 2028, when his current term officially and legally ends after serving 2 terms. The new law, now called the Constitutional Amendment Act number 3, also removes the right of Zimbabweans to elect the president directly. It also extends the presidential term from 5 to 7, and allows the president to pick a certain number of MPs directly. In a country where the judiciary is evidently captured by the ruling ZANU-PF party, the Attorney General's words sends a chilling message to the judges to strike off a case without being heard. Zimbabwe's political crisis has sent hundreds of thousands of its citizens into South Africa, both legally and illegally, as the economy collapsed under the weight of mismanagement and corrupt rule, creating an unemployment rate of around 90%. The regional bloc SADC has looked the other way, failing to enforce its own election protocol. Using a framework that exists only in name, Zimbabwe's opposition collapsed through bribery and deliberate engineered policy failures. So, in simple terms, the words of, to underscore what I've been just reading, you know, the words which was written by Hopewell Chinono, the words of Attorney General carries a weight The Attorney General is an appointee of Emerson Mnangagwa, and already speaking in such a manner, I don't think it is required of her office to be speaking in such a manner. Remember, she is the one who was part of the panel of individuals, unelectable as she is, who penned down this bill that is causing political crisis in Zimbabwe. I know some may not be understanding this, but with time you will understand it. This bill will actually lead to the demise of Emerson Mnangagwa. I know it's not the last bill. He is actually power thirsty. That man at his age, one would think that he is tired of running the affairs of the country, but it appears he wants to take Zimbabwe to the grave with him. From the look of things, just like Robert Gabriel Mugabe. And definitely, even if sanity is not something that exists within ZANU-PF, but those with the legal element of it, they are against the extension of the term of office for Emerson Mnangagwa, and the ZANU-PF internal dynamics on this one, the internal conflicts mixed with the majority of the people of Zimbabwe, and some elements also of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, as well as some elements of war veterans. Definitely, it leaves Emerson Mnangagwa's prospect of survival very limited and thin. I can attest to you that in ZANU-PF itself, as we are speaking, there are some who are working very, very hard to make sure that the dreams of Emerson Mnangagwa, because they are also a life-threatening element of ZANU-PF as a political institution. They are working very, very hard to make sure that this is thwarted, but also it must be stated, not understated, that Emerson Mnangagwa, having tested and tried mediocre in Zimbabwe and saw that it can be accepted and appreciated, he is also equally working day and night to continue taking this country to his grave, by the way, because I mean, there is absolutely nothing, no tangible development that has been done by Emerson Mnangagwa. And Attorney General Virginia Mapiza, as much as she's the first woman, we respect the women in this channel to occupy that position, it should be stated without fear that she did not attain that position based on merit. She attained that position based on loyalty. And the current behavior of Virginia Mapiza and her behavior, especially towards the process of coming up with this constitution as a lawyer, speak volumes about her credentials as a lawyer. And not only that, it also speaks volumes about also her personality. She is nothing less of a bootlicker. I wonder what could be happening to the husband of such a woman. She's supposed to be, for goodness sake, a public office bearer, but she's not a public office bearer. She chooses to bootlick a married man. That is how low and substandard and actually ridiculous that woman has reduced herself to be. I wonder what is going on to the mind of the husband married to that particular woman. She is pathetic, to say the least. She occupies a respectable office where she is supposed to be respected. And obviously, what she has done is overreach. In legal terms, she is not supposed to say that to the judiciary system. The judiciary system is expected to be an independent organization. Being known to be the right-hand lady of Emerson Mnangagwa, who possesses such power, who is also the brains behind This crisis that Zimbabwe is currently in, definitely what she has spoken, we know that it carries weight. Now, we know also that as much as there may be men and women of integrity within the Constitutional Court of Zimbabwe, but to safeguard their interest and what they have been given by ZANU-PF to actually execute their duties, though the Constitution obliges them to execute their duties in the interest of justice. That statement on its own should not be viewed as a statement coming just from the Attorney General, but it is a statement coming from Emerson. That is what not is bad about Mnangagwa. He is not brave enough to speak, to instruct some public office bearers in Zimbabwe. He uses other people to do the job, so that to the public he may appear to be clean. Typically what Robert Gabriel Mugabe used actually to do, but Robert Gabriel Mugabe did not change the constitution without actually getting the mandate to do so from the people of Zimbabwe. And the 2013 constitution that he allowed was a great deal for the people of Zimbabwe, though he failed to implement it, especially towards his last days on Mother Earth. You know, when he was alive just a few weeks before of 2017, speaking in a manner, I'm speaking about Mnangagwa, that he wants to take this country to his grave. A lot of people would not have believed it, but this is what it is. So history is slowly but surely repeating itself. So the Attorney General disrespecting politician. What are the political implications of this? Definitely, she has made herself to be the enemy of the retired General Chiwenga faction, and also the enemy of the people, because the people of Zimbabwe do not support the document that was produced by Virginia Mapiza. And equally so, the people of Zimbabwe do not also support the outcomes of the document that was produced by Virginia Mapiza, and also the war veterans. And we know that this matter would be settled through ZANU-PF violence. Violence will have to be actually done to settle this matter. Otherwise, peace that is being spoken by some of these elements of the factions, we know that it is not coming from a genuine position. If Mnangagwa did not come through peace, do you expect him to go peacefully? In 2017, peace was not used for Emerson Mnangagwa to be in power. Violence, children of other people who are used by the state elements definitely died. Some of them they ran for their dear lives. Some of them they were punished. So is the fate of Emerson Mnangagwa ascending to political power in Zimbabwe in 2017. This is the reality. So there is absolutely no way he will go peacefully. We know, especially in Zimbabwe, ZANU-PF officials, they signal peace whilst actually turning to violence. This is who they are. And if they see you coming to do something peacefully, they actually character assassinate you and portray you as a violent being. Thank you very much for watching us. But before I leave, let me actually make a big and huge announcement. On the 11th of August, my EP album for 2026, I've been busy also working on my album, my extended play album, which consists of 3 tracks. Of course, the full album is coming out soon, will be released on the 11th of August. In order not to miss out, make sure that you are subscribed to Hloniphani Ncube. It's a music channel, and also make sure that you look for Hloniphani in all digital platforms. Last time I checked, Spotify, the album could be pre-ordered already on Spotify, and so would be done on all other digital platforms. It would be streamed also live on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram. Yes. And it will be all over social media. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the subscribe button. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Okanqobo Mhlabane is signing out. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast, definitely, as I give you more.